Okay, good day everyone. Our topic for our general mathematics today is all about the evaluating functions. First, what is evaluating function? Evaluating function is to find the value of the function for a given value of the variable. To evaluate a function, just substitute the value of the given variable into the given problem. So we'll just simply use the substitution method to evaluate a function. So if you know what is substitution method, it's very easy to identify what is evaluating function or how to evaluate a function. First here, okay, f of x means the value of f at x. Next, letters other than f can be used to represent a function. Okay? It can be g of x, h of x, or other letters it can be used. Okay? Next, f is the name of the function and f of x is the value of the function at x. Okay, so we name the function through its first letter on its function. Okay, for example, we have here the f of x. That is the name. The name of that function will be the f, and the whole function will be the f of x. And the value from that function will be the value for our x or for our. For example, evaluate the following functions according to the given condition. If f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1, where the values given are assumed to be from the domain of a function. Letter A, x is equal to 2. Letter B, x is equal to a. Letter C, x is equal to negative a. And letter D, x is equal to a plus h. Okay, so now we will determine on how to evaluate a function through those conditions, which is x is equal to 2, x is equal to a, x is equal to negative a, and x is equal to a plus h. Okay, so for our solution, okay, so first we will solve for the value of letter A, which is x is equal to 2. Okay, next. So first we will substitute the value of 2 to our specific function, which is yung ating f of x. So magiging f of 2 siya. Ayan. Then, copy muna natin yung ating x squared plus 2x minus 1. And then, we will now substitute the value of x, which is equal to 2, into our equation. So, change lang natin yung x dito sa ating equation ng 2. Kasi sabi po natin ng condition natin, we have x is equal to 2. So, f of 2 is equal to 2 squared plus 2 times 2 minus 1. Okay? Next. So, simplify. So, f of 2 is equal to 2 squared, that is equal to 4. 2 times 2, that is equal to 4. Minus 1. Bring down lang natin si 1. Then, 4 plus 4 minus 1, and that is equal to 7. So, this will be our final answer. F of 2 is equal to f of 2 is equal to 7 in the functions of f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1. Okay? Okay, next. So, we have here the x is equal to a for letter B. Okay? So, we have substitute to value of x, which is a. So, katulad lang ulit ng ginawa natin doon sa letter A. So, we have f of a is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1. Okay? Then, we'll now substitute the value of function a to our x squared minus 2 plus 2x minus 1. Then, si x magiging a squared plus 2 times a minus 1. Okay? So, f of a is equal to a squared, that is equal to a squared, plus 2 times a, that is equal to 2a, plus 2a, minus 1. Next, so we have f of a is equal to, we just simply copy na lang yan kasi wala na tayong ilo-lowest term dyan. Okay? Or wala na tayong makakombine like terms. Okay, sir, bakit po hindi po pinagko-combine yan? since parehas naman sila ng variable. Hindi po yun pwede. Okay? Sa rules ng ating exponent, bawal po mag-add kahit na same sila ng variable basta hindi same yung kanilang exponent. Okay? As you can see, yung exponent ng ating first value will be merong square. Okay? Samantalang sa susunod nating value is 1 lang yan. Okay? So, hindi sila parehas ng exponent. So, hindi natin sila pwedeng i-add. Okay? Next. Okay, we will now have x is equal to negative a. So, same process like before. We have f of negative a is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1. Again, example lang galing dun sa ating function na binigay sa ating given. Next, substitute the value of x which is equal to negative a. So, we have negative a squared plus 2 times negative a minus 1. Next, f of negative a is equal to negative a squared, that is equal to positive a squared. So, paano po siya naging positive? Because negative a times negative a, that is equal to positive. Nag-multiply tayo ng dalawang negative, so ang magiging answer natin will be positive. Okay? So, we have a squared, then positive 2 multiplied by negative a, that is equal to negative 2a minus 1. Okay? May simplify pa ba to? F of negative a is equal to a squared minus 2a minus 1. So, ayan. Wala na po. Okay? Wala na tayong isi-simplify. So, yan na po yung final answer natin. Okay? Next. For letter D, x is equal to a plus h. Okay? So, same process. Katulad lang ulit ng kanina. Una natin gagawin is palitan sa f of x ng a plus h, yung kanyang value for our x. F of a plus h is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1. So again, galing po ito doon sa ating given formula or given equation. Next, f of a plus h is equal to, then substitute the value of x, which is a plus h. So we have a plus h squared plus 2 times a plus h minus 1. Next, so we have f of a plus h. Then, we will now solve for this one. Okay, we have the quantity of a plus h squared. Okay, so paano po siya kino-compute? So, we can use the FOIL method, no? Para ma-identify natin kung ano yung value ng ating a plus h, the quantity of a plus h squared. Okay, so we have here a note. So we have a plus h squared, and that is equal to a plus h times a plus h. So in-expand ko lang siya. Okay, next. So using the FOIL method, ano nga ba yung FOIL method? So we have the first, the outer, the inner, and the last. So we have f, first to first. A times a, that is equal to a squared. Next, outer. Outer, a to the outer of the other term, which is h. Okay? A times h, that is equal to positive ah. Next, the inner. So inner, h multiplied by a, and that is equal also for the positive ah. Next, the last. So sa last, so we have h multiplied by h, and that is equal to h squared, positive h squared. Then, combine like terms. So since pareha sila ng value ng kanilang variable and also they have the same value for their exponents, so we can add those two values. So we have a squared plus 2ah plus h squared. Okay? So we can say that the quantity of a plus h squared is equal to a squared plus 2ah plus h squared. Okay? Next, dito na tayo sa kabila. So we have 2 times a, that is equal to positive 2a. 2 times h that is equal to positive 2h. Then, bring down negative 1 or minus 1. Next. So, meron pa ba tayong combine like terms dyan in that case? Wala na. Okay? So, as you can see, wala na magkaparehas na terms. Okay? So, ang gagawin na lang natin is i-arrange siya. Okay? Dapat mas mauuna lagi yung mga may higher exponent. Okay? So, we have a squared plus h squared plus 2ah plus 2a plus 2h minus 1. So, that will be our final answer. Okay? So, let's have another example here. Solve. Okay? If f of x is equal to 2x to the fourth power plus x to the third power minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 7, where the values given are assumed to be from the domain of a function. So we have a is equal to x is equal to negative 1. For b, x is equal to 0. For c, x is equal to 2. For d, x is equal to negative 2. Okay, now let's solve for the value of x is equal to negative 1. So we have a, x is equal to negative 1. So same process kung ano yung ginagawa natin kanina, same lang dito yan. Okay? So first, substitute muna natin sa function of x natin yung ating x value which is negative 1. So we have f of negative 1 is equal to 2x to the fourth power plus x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. So kinapi ko lang ulit yung ating pinaka equation. Okay? So we have the negative 1. Next, copy f of negative 1 is equal to 2 times negative 1 to the fourth power plus negative 1 cubed minus 2 times negative 1 squared plus 5 minus 1 minus 7. Okay? Next. So, next term natin dito is kukunin muna natin yung value ng ating mga exponent dun sa ating naka-open and close parenthesis ng mga values. So, we have 2 times 1 because negative 1 to the fourth power that is equal to positive. So, paano po siya naging positive 1? Okay? We have negative 1 times negative 1 that is equal to positive 1. Positive 1 times negative 1 that is equal to negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 and that is equal to positive 1. Kaya po siya naging 2 times 1 pa rin siya. Okay? Plus, negative 1 cube that is equal to negative 1. So, paano po ulit siya naging negative 1, sir? So, we have negative 1 times negative 1 that is equal to positive 1. Positive 1 times negative 1 and that is equal to negative 1. So that our answer here is negative 1. Next, minus 2 times 1. So negative 1 times negative 1 that is equal to positive 1. Then 5 times negative 1 and that is equal to negative 5. Then copy muna ulit natin si negative 7. Next. So we have f of negative 1. So 2 times 1 that is equal to 2 minus 1. Negative 2 times 1, that is equal to negative 2. Then, bring down muna natin sila lahat. Negative 5 minus 7. And then, 2 minus 1, minus 2, minus 5, minus 7. And that is equal to negative 13. Okay, so our final answer here is negative 13. Okay, if your answer is negative 13, and then you are correct. Okay, next naman. We have b is equal, x is equal to 0. Okay? So again, same process. Kung ano ginagawa natin kanina, ulit-ulitin lang natin siya. So we have f of 0 is equal to 2x to the fourth power plus x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. So we have f of 0 is equal to 2 times 0 to the fourth power plus 0 to the third power minus 2 times 0 squared plus 5 times 0 minus 7. Next, so again, exponent muna. So 2 times 0 plus 0 minus 2 times 0. Then 5 times 0, that is equal to 0. Then minus 7. Okay? So we have f of 0 is equal to 2 times 0, that is equal to 0, plus 0, negative 2 times 0, then plus 0, minus 7. And that all equals to negative 7. So this will be our answer for letter B. We have negative 7. Next, for letter C, we have x is equal to 2. So same process, we have f of 2 is equal to 2x to the fourth power, x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. Then, substitute the value of x which is 2. Okay, sa given condition natin, ng letter C natin is x is equal to 2. So, substitute lang natin. So, we have 2 times 2 to the fourth power plus 2 cubed minus 2 times, negative 2 times squared plus 5 times 2 minus 7. And then, we have f of 2. So, 2 times 2 to the fourth power will be equal to 16. So, we have 2 times 16 plus 2 to cube, that is equal to positive 8. Then, minus 2 times 4 plus 10 minus 7. Next, 2 times 16, that is equal to 32 plus 8. Negative 2 times 4, that is equal to negative 8 plus 10 plus 7. Next, f of 2 is equal to 32 plus 8, that is 40, minus 8, that is 32, plus 10, that is 42, and minus 7, that is equal to 30 and 5. So our final answer will be 35. Okay, next. So for letter D, we have x is equal to negative 2. So find the value of that function which is x is equal to negative 2. So we have f of negative 2 is equal to 2x to the fourth power plus x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 7. We have f of negative 2 is equal to 2 times, ano yung value ng ating x? That is negative 2. So we have 2 times negative 2 to the fourth power plus negative 2 cubed minus 2 times negative 2 squared plus 5 minus 2, 5 times negative 2 minus 7. Next, so we have f of negative 2. Copy si 2. Then negative 2 to the fourth power, that is equal to positive 16. So again, paano nakuha siya? Negative 2 times negative 2, that is equal to positive 4. Positive 4 times negative 2, that is equal to negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 2, that is equal to positive 16. Okay? Next. Negative 2 cubed, that is equal to negative 8 or minus 8. And then, negative 2 times positive 4. Okay, negative 2 squared, that is equal to positive 4. Then, 5 times negative 2, that is equal to negative 10 minus 7. Next, f of negative 2 is equal to 2 times 16, that is equal to 32. Bring down muna natin si negative 8. Negative 2 times 4, that is equal to negative 8. Bring down si negative 10, bring down si negative 7. And then, 32 minus 8, minus 8, minus 10, minus 7, and that is equal to negative 1. Okay, so for our final answer dito sa ating letter D, okay, x is equal to negative 2. So we have f of negative 2 is equal to negative 1. That is our final answer. Okay, there is no substitute for hard work. So you're going to do is to try and try until you succeed in every situation. Okay, so you need to do your hard work to know more about the mathematics. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening and goodbye.